Now here we are going to discuss about the network function virtualization. Means what are the network functions are used. Network functions are required for the virtualization as well as in a real environment. Real environment means you have required a DHCP service, you have required a default gateway, you will have to require a firewall and their configuration based on their segmentation. So everything happened as a real machine, real environment. Like DHCP server, you have required to providing the IP address to the VM machines. It may be the 1, 2, 3 or 15. You will have to default gateway like virtual network or the virtual network appliances, any appliances like switch router, like router or the firewall, you will have to provide the default gateway. Similar as a real machine. And configure the firewall and make the segmentation of the VM machines. Like if you imagine there is 100 machines virtually running on a server, so you will have to divide it in a multiple segment, like some in a private network, HR network, some is a admin department, some are using the client and whatever. So you will have to provide the VM segmentation. So VM segment is required also for the security purpose as well. So you can install the virtual appliances like you have heard about the switch. Switch generally available in a hardware. Router, similar router are available as a hardware. And similar if you are using the firewall, then firewall as a hardware. And load balancer is a hardware. Okay. IDS and IPS is a hardware, but these similar are available in a virtual environment as well. Means virtual switch, virtual router, virtual firewall, virtual IDS, virtual load balancer. So all these known as a virtual appliances. And you can configure all the virtual appliances similar as a real appliances. Okay. So virtual function, network function virtualization or the NFV is a provisioning of the virtual network appliances such as switch, router, firewall and other by the VM containers. So here is three functions are here: virtual network function, network FVF, network function virtualization infrastructure, and management and orchestration. So what is the VNF? VNF is a specifies to deploy the instance each virtual appliances, which is designed to run as a VM on standard CPU platform. And infrastructure means controls and allocation of the computing, means CPU and memory, as well as the storage and networking resources for every network function virtualization. Management is important to managing all the appliances or the VNF, virtual network function, within the workflow. So in this case you can do this network forwarding or filtering. It is depend on you which type of the configuration you are going to be do. Now the biggest thing in a cloud is a storage where you will store all your data. Because if you imagine of the Google server, so you can simply imagine there is a big storage required, because there is a millions, not millions, there is a lots of the websites, their data are stored. Like if we talk about the Google Photos, then you can imagine. If we talk about the Google Drive, then you can imagine how much storage this server is required. So this is stored, it is called storage area network, means the storage over the area network, like on the cloud, how the data is stored. So data is stored in a multiple racks, and these are connected with the server, and server is connected with the workstation. Now workstation will able to access the database. Means server does not, or servers don't own any hard disk. There is a no hard disk inside the server. For the storing data, there is a separate devices are established in a SAN where the data is stored. Data do not store on the server. Data is stored on the. So now the main thing is how they are going to be make the connectivity. So of course making the connectivity by using any specific type of the channels. These channel known as a fiber channel. These channel known as a fiber channel. So what is the fiber channel and what is the fiber channel over Ethernet? There is a three types of the things: fiber channel, fiber over channel, or the CCSI, iSCSI. These three type of the channel are required or can be used for the making the communication between the SAN and the server. So what is the fiber channel? As its name is a fiber, means fiber optical cable is used, and this is a high speed network like 40 GB per second Gbps speed, 40, 10, 20, it's depend, and also it is 100 GB speed all. So 100 GB also can be used. So what are the component? So finally, what is the fiber channel? Fiber channel is a high speed network communication protocol which is used to implement in a SAN, storage area network. So this I have the three things. One is a initiator, another is a target, another is a FC switches, fiber channel switch. So what is the initiator? Initiator means client devices, which is going to be initiate, means server, which is going to be request initiate to the SAN. And where the storage server are installed and they are connected with the fiber channel. And fiber channel is sending and receiving the data based on the HVA. It is known as a host bus adapter, which is going to be send the data and the receive the data. Means this is particle speed like USB. So here you can say another is a target machine where the data is stored like storage devices like single drive, RAID drive, tab libraries. It just depend. And there in between there is a FC switch are required which are going to be make the communication between the initiator and the target. Interconnection between the. If this is very expensive, in this case there is a one other things are available. It is called fiber channel over Ethernet. Ethernet already you know. Ethernet we are using in a normal connectivity inside the organization. We are using different type of the Ethernet. When the fiber channel packets are traveling over the Ethernet cable and the switch is known as a FCOE, means the fiber channel packet will be go through the Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable means like Cat5, 6E, multiple categories, multiple adapters we have discussed already. Inside this there is a 10 GB, 40 GB, 100G adapters, which is actually the combination of the NIC. Means if the data is coming over the Ethernet, it will be handled by the NIC. If data is coming in a host bus adapter, it will be handled also. Means this is 2-in-1 to work in a single adapter, 2-in-1. Another type of the connectivity can be done between the server and the SAN. It is called iSCSI. CCSI. Internet is small computer system interface. This is actually a tunneling protocol which is enabled to transfer the CCSI data over the IP based network. What is the CCSI data? Like you have storage in a hard disk and hard disk is connected with the cable, to your motherboard and then data read from the hardware. There is a one technology, it is called CompTIA. CompTIA technology, based on the CompTIA, there is a data is transferring. When it is transferring data over the IP based network known as a iSCSI. I stand for IP based. Okay. It is also used in a sense or create a low cost. And CompTIA initiator and target function, these are supported by the both Windows Server as well as Linux operating system.